button.
Right, everybody, good evening, good evening, good evening. Bit early, or maybe it's a bit on time. Who knows? I am just trying to get Nicola's phone clamped in, so excuse me for a minute, Nicola. So I'm not messing with string. Can you come and tell me when it's lined up? Don't want to clamp it too tight, that should be enough. So you can see from there if it's...
Yeah, you probably just drop it down a little bit, yeah.
Is that okay?
That should be okay.
Okay, so there you have it, folks. Thank you very much for joining us again. So I'm just going to make my way carefully around.
Just mind that stool sticking out a bit.
Bit of background noise. Just got the fan on a little bit. Just take the chill. It's a bit of a damp and dreary day here. So welcome. Nicola is on deck to answer any questions. So, you see me?
Yeah, your head's chopped off a bit.
How's that?
That's better.
Hello. So, yeah, what I'm going to do today, it's a little piece of acacia I've got here. So, first of all, I'm going to knock it into a round, into a disc, and then I'm going to do a little dish. Now, the purpose of tonight's video is to see how thin I can get without not so much.
That's the phone gone.
Goodbye, everybody.
Right.
So you're going to have to unscrew. Maybe I've not got it clamped.
Just keep talking.
Yeah, maybe I've not got it clamped in tight enough, the phone. So Nicola's just going to rejig it in there. So, yeah, how thin can I go? That was quite funny. Not for Nicola, she would have been mortified hearing the phone fall on the floor then. But,
still working, that's the main thing.
She is up for an upgrade soon. So, it had to be slackened off a fair bit. And then it sort of like slides in, sort of like grooves.
Yeah, it's... if I'm going the wrong way here.
Left you loose.
Might have been going the wrong way.
Yeah. I've given Nicola some training earlier on today with the lefty loosey righty tighty. So,
Right, we're nearly there.
well, don't force it because you'll press the buttons. You have to be mindful of that.
Right.
So you have to wind it really far up. And then, oh well, it's live.
It is live. Right, we're in there. Let me just tighten it up a bit. I think it was the top bit wasn't actually holding it.
Oh right. That's because I did it and I can't see what I'm doing.
Oh, so it's an excuse, isn't it?
So yeah, I'm going to go as thin as a dare on this, and it's not...
No, I think that's okay.
Okay, so yeah, not exactly an exercise in, you know, the quality of finish and things like that, because we all know how to get a bowl finished to a suitably high standard. Yeah, I'm just going to see how thin I can go, which would be pretty cool. While I think on, actually, I'm going to try and knock this into round very quickly with that Crown Carbide Pro, the nanotechnology one. And we were asking Tim Styles when we was at Axminster, and it's the actual metallurgy of the carbide cutter itself. It is nanoparticles, so obviously smaller than microscopic, so the particles of the cutter, that's where the nanotechnology is. And how much are they going for, these tools? Was it 89 pounds?
There's about 3 different ones, I think.
Right, okay, so yeah, they're at £89, 3 different models coming out, and the nanotechnology is in the actual carbide. So, anyone on?
Yeah. There's Wayne the woodturner.
Hi Wayne.
Si Smith.
Hi Si.
Chris Nunn.
Hi Chris.
Larry's fountain pens.
Hi Larry.
And Paul's blind suit for the soul. Greetings from near Chicago, Illinois, close to Rockford.
Woo!
Mike Atkinson.
Hi bro. So amazing. So yeah, can you see me on your laptop screen, Nicola?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Larry says looking great, buddy.
right. Cheers, Larry. So yeah, I'm going to quickly get this. Just feel for my start position. So feel that now. That's as I did explain to you guys, this Carbide Pro is extremely sharp. So £89, 89 British pounds, obviously that's in sterling. It's getting up there in price for a single tool, but it's certainly not the dearest tool out there, and it is very sharp. So there we go again. Let it come up to speed. Now I had felt a little bit of an inclusion on the side, and I've just felt a piece of that fly out, so I don't have to worry about that anymore because I think it's gone.
Wayne the woodturner said it's either this or watching the rain come down.
Oh, rain, wind, every time. I'm have to take that as a compliment.
Yeah.
It's either the blind guy or the rain. Flipping heck.
It's another take on watching paint dry.
What? Watching me?
Well, that sort of analogy, isn't it?
Yeah. So, again, another dusty little bit of wood there, but I can pick them lately.
Paul's blind suit for the soul says he was born in Leeds but raised in the US.
All right. should be about right now, so that's pretty good there.
Steve says stop making a bloody mess.
Oh, I can make a mess, alright. So, yeah, there it is again, folks. The crown nanoparticle. How's your father? So,
Larry's fountain pen says, are you still turning pens?
still turning pens.
And you turned one recently.
Turned one for Nicola last week. An executive fountain pen.
It's very nice.
So I'm just gonna.
Paul's blind suit for the soul says you have a lot of guts doing this blind, crikey.
Well, it's like we said before. We're all capable of it, and it just depends how much you want to achieve a certain goal. And with me and wood turning and that vampire state, very much so. So I've got a gouge here. Just facing it up there with the gouge. So I'll just face it up with a gouge for a change, mix it up, use some traditional tools. So yeah, it's a nice little gouge, and I put a sweat back grind on it. So yeah, just to show you that I can do that. Flipping heck, I'm going to have a drink of tea.
Larry says you have amazing skills, and by seeing you work, it takes lots of talent.
Well, thank you very much, folks, but we've all got it. We've all got it. So, what I'm going to do now is just mark a little mortise for the jaws that I've got on my chuck. So, we've all seen this. Hold that. I think that's got it. So there's my school line. Which is lovely jubbly. Parting tool now. I can get rid of that tool rest. Sorry. Tail stock. Just make sure the tool rest is running parallel to that face. Feel for that. And then the parting tool, as you know, I feel for the edge. Have a feel of that. Just a bit more. So yeah, I didn't mind just wasting this little piece of acacia on a practice. Just drop that down a bit and just roughly feeling it for on centre. Might be a bit low now. Now feel when it hits base. wait till it stops and then I can have a feel. Make sure I've got a nice clean edge on that side of the mortise there, which is feeling good enough. So bless me,
You're doing well.
I'm doing well. So I'm going to just put obviously some shape, just feel for just feel how this goes. Just following this around now. Again, feel for where I need to pick this up. Blade spinning probably about just under 2,000 RPM, I think. Just feeling the bowl around. It's going to be quite a simple shape, really. So, just working that bowl around.
What wood is it?
Acacia. It's a little piece of acacia. So, like I say, this isn't, we're not after a perfect finish tonight. We just have, I'm just after thinness. But yeah, just after thinness, but try and make it, you know, a pleasing little bowl shape while we're at it. So, any questions?
Not yet, no.
Okay. Need to lift that up a tad. So I'll be obviously holding this in the chuck. Spoke to Simon today, the store manager from Basingstoke, Acacia Tools and Machinery, Basingstoke. Really nice guy, just telling him that I'll be using one of these lathes, and that's pretty much really. Make sure we've got plenty of tea bags in stock, which is always nice.
Right, you've got some questions.
Okay.
Si says, what are the steps to making a bowl food safe?
To make a bowl food safe, obviously you don't want any harsh, artificial, nasty chemicals on it. So to make a bowl food safe, really use natural ingredients, mineral oils, walnut oils. Bear in mind as well, if you're doing it for a customer, just check that there's no allergies. You can get walnut oils, lemon oils, orange oils. Also bear in mind any aftertaste that a citric or a citrus oil may leave behind, so just bear that in mind. Beeswax, refined beeswax are the ways to go really. So the simplest way is beeswax. You can use beeswax, mineral oil, food safe Danish oil. I know Martin Safe and Smith, Hampshire Sheen, does a food safe and toy safe Danish oil, which is a great finish. So there's plenty of options out there.
Okay.
So yeah, some are like beeswax. You know, get a beeswax stick, rub it onto the work as it's spinning, melt it in, buff it up, job done. Some of the oils require a bit of cure time. But yeah, apart from that, simple. Yeah, just stick to natural ingredients when it comes to food safe.
Second question, do you have any light perception at all, or is it total darkness from Paul's blind soup for the soul?
Total darkness, ooh, spooky. No, black blind. So yeah, and that's, I think some of the people that are losing their eyesight gradually and are perhaps wanting to take up wood turning, they, like Richard we spoke to at Maker Central,
Yeah.
he's lost his peripheral vision, and his eyes, I think they have a bit of a wobble.
Yeah.
So that makes it quite disconcerting for him. Whereas I'm black blind, so I'm not, although I have plenty to think about and plenty to worry about, I'm not distracted by a wobbling image. So in some ways that's almost better.
I think it must be quite hard when you've got a visual impairment like that.
Yeah, or tunnel vision, or
Yeah.
you've lost your central vision, or whereas I'm, it's like, well, yeah, I've got nothing, so there's nothing. Don't get me wrong, there's plenty of stuff that distracts me, like noises and sounds and vibrations and things like that. But I think I'd rather, as I am, be completely blind, and Joe Furness was completely blind, than have a distorted image.
I think that could be quite hard to live with as well. I don't know whether it's better to have a bit of sight and still be able to see, or not have any at all.
Well, this it's like Mike Newman, our friend, who's been blind his whole life and been blind since birth. you know, people say, what's worse, to be born blind or to go completely blind like me later on in life? And we've just said, and we agree, it's different.
Yeah.
You know, some people say, well, surely, you know, to go blind later on in your life, at least you've had some sight. And then there's some people say, well, yeah, but that's really hard. You'd have been better off just being blind from the get-go. So there's pros and cons for both sides.
Yeah.
I just know that personally, it was a massive shock to me. Of course it was. I'm not even going to go there tonight.
Right, Dave the Wood Barber's on.
Hi Dave.
Just popped on, and just a quick thing, you can't use beeswax if the client is vegan. That's another thing to think about.
Right, yeah, good point. See, so there's all these things you have to consider.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like what I was mentioning about the allergies, and if people don't like a certain flavour, or you know, some people might not want the flavour or scent of lemon or orange or whatever. Yeah, if somebody does want a food safe finish, just double check with them.
Yeah.
That there are no health or cultural requirements.
Yeah.
Lifestyle or health.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grant Marshall says, is linseed oil food safe?
No.
No. Si says he's vegan, so can't use the beeswax then.
No. Mineral oil is natural. It's that's okay, and some of the other citric oils should be okay. So let's get this little bowl just held in the jars there. So I will be employing the depth gauge, my depth gauge for the blind, so I'll know how deep I'm going without punching through. So it's feeling with my fingers, and I'll just get my wall thickness calipers off the back as well. So stand clear. So I can't hear anything dangerous there, which is very good. Get my wall thickness calipers ready. So yeah, you've got these folks obviously, and you can check. So what the front pincers feel is replicated at the back end. So that, and you've got your fingers. One woodturner told me they're the greatest calipers you can have. Your fingers.
Paul's blind suit for the soul says, you are amazing and inspiring. My vision is extreme tunnel vision, only 5 to 10 degrees visual field caused by glaucoma.
Right.
My left eye is totally blind.
Right, okay. So you're taking up woodturning then?
Dave the Wood Barber, are those the bee jaws on your SK chuck?
These are the sea jaws. So the dovetailed, and these are the 80mm jaws. It's an SK100 chuck with the SK80 jaws. They're interchangeable. I've got the bigger jaws that I got with this for the SK100, 100mm, but these are the smaller jaws and they fit straight on. Handy for little projects like that where you don't need a big tenon or mortise.
Mike Atkinson says, how are you liking the Tormek?
Loving it, Mike. Loving it. So it's over there now. I've got a little
bag over it.
I've got a bag over it just to keep it dust free as long as I can. But yeah, so easy to use, and I've been listening to lots of videos about getting the best from it. So I've just given myself my little groove there for reference.
Dave says, I have the same chuck, but I have D and long, chunky, unknown jaws.
Long, chunky, unknown.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't get. I mean, you can get obviously the pin jaws. You can get gripper jaws, dovetail jaws. So yeah, just I think whatever works for you as well. I've listened to some demos and they've had all sorts of jaws going and things. You know, it's what you get used to and what works for you. And some, you know, can hold internally and externally. Some can't. And right. Happy days. So we're ready now to start hollowing out. Right, come up to speed. That was really nice. Woo! Second time. Have a feel. I shall have a feel. Little pip there. So, for those of you that actually haven't turned Acacia before, it turned like butter. Make sure that headstock is free of rubbish. So, yeah, I've got half an inch there, maybe a bit more. Just give it a spin up by hand, make sure it's not catching. Make sure I've got the right tool.
Paul's blind soup for the soul says he did lathe work decades ago in high school. It was a lot of fun. Just maybe I'll start again now that I'm legally blind. Watching you will help me get the guts.
Yes, just take your time, Paul, enjoy it, and just believe in yourself, and you know, listen to as many videos on YouTube as you can, if you want to go to a club and get some tuition, that's another way that's open to you. I didn't do that. I'm completely self-taught. But yeah, don't let anybody say that you can't do it, because you can, and you just have to believe in yourself and take your time. But most importantly, have fun and be safe. Have lots of fun. You can do it, mate.
Dave the wood barber, it amazes me how you hollow like that. I fill my pants often.
Too much information. No. Well, I'm always nervous before I start, and then as soon as I've made, you know, those cuts, happy days. It's just being at one with your tools and believing in your abilities. You know what this reminds me of almost now? You know, where half a coconut, you know, like,
yeah,
you know.
Yeah. Grant Marshall says we should start a blind turners group to share tips and advice.
Yeah, definitely. Great idea.
Yeah.
Great idea. So if I just get these doodads on here now. So that portion just needs thinning down a bit there. That's quite thin.
Larry says taking shape now, but lots of work goes into this.
Yeah.
Wayne Bigfoot Woodcraft, sorry I am late to the party, everyone.
Alright. Glad you made it. So yeah, what I'm doing for those that have just turned up, I'm doing an experiment in a very simple, quick bowl, just seeing how thin I can get it before it all falls apart. So I'm going to start taking lighter cuts now. So just feeling there's a bit of thickness, just as it starts that radius there down there. We'll just thin that down a bit.
Odds and sods, nice to see you back turning again, buddy. Keep up the great videos. I learn more from you than sighted turners.
Thank you very much. just again this bottom, let's just stop that again and check with the pincers. So get in there, and again it's just, you know, of course I don't want it to give out on me, but it's, you know, how far dare I go? I can hear the base is quite thin now, and as I'm turning the base I can hear the metal of the jaws. I can hear the tool vibrating and the sound of the metal of the jaws coming back. So, pretty freaky. Not that one. Not that one. This one maybe. That one. 9 times a charm.
Giving you some money for a drink.
Oh, thank you.
Dave the wood barber says looking nice and thin. Odds and Sods says I have so much admiration for you and your patience. Massive respect as always.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much for the drink for Chris.
Yeah.
Paul's blind suit for the soul. They say that a good craftsman can do his job with his eyes closed.
Yeah, I can.
Chris is a good example, is a perfect example of that comment, except he doesn't need to close his eyes.
No, they're always permanently closed. So, yeah, it's just trusting in your skills and your technique. And of course, having fun.
Wayne Bigfoot Woodcraft says I would have lost my bottle by now and started on the Yorkshire Grit. Mike Atkinson, I've got my face shield on, we are all good. Lol.
Well, I'm not Yorkshire gritting it because, like I say, this isn't really a finishing. This is just sort of like me doing something on the fly, hanging out with some friends, and just completely trusting. Well, we're having a bit of fun, really, aren't we? It's just that little. It's just a tiny little. Just knock that little. See if I can knock that. There's just a little bit of a lip there. Ba-da-ba-ba. So feeling pretty thin.
And now the piercing begins, says Wayne the woodturner.
Yeah. So
Paul's blind suit for the soul. He says maybe I should start turning clay first before I go on to wood. Mike Atkinson says Chris and Nicola are what great family is made of.
thank you very much.
Osmond Stubbs, can you message me your address? I want you to send you a blank to turn. Thank you. Yeah, well, I'll sort that out in a
Of
second.
course we can. Yeah.
Christine Hesseltine says that looks really thin to me.
It's feeling really thin.
Can I turn this heat off? It's getting
Yeah,
quite
you can
warm.
turn it off. It was just to take the chill off. It was just to take the chill off before. So I really am trying to push it as far as I can. And if it lets go, it lets go. The base is down to about 2 mil. The tiniest of gaps there. So, and really, it's really hard to explain how difficult it is to judge depth and thickness when you can't see. for all out of, you know, for anyone out there that's going, oh, it's easy. Give it a go with your eyes shut. Don't hurt yourselves.
See, Steve Friedel says, thinner man, thinner.
So,
Wayne Bigfoot Woodcraft says, you'll have to get me on the lathe to see how thin you could make me. It would certainly take a lot longer though.
So I'll just get these pincers of doom on here again. So
It's not thin until it warps, says Steve.
no, is that right? Well, listening to you, you're all goading me on now. Come back in. Funny. That's very, very thin.
Steve said your tongue's out, it's getting serious. Nearly there, just a couple more mil. I think then you'd be on fresh air.
Yeah. So let's check again with. No, seriously. There, if I if I go any more on the base, I'm through. Just one, yeah. So. And I trust that that depth gauge. So if I give it a bit of a sanding. Nicola,
Yeah.
just come and have a feel. It stinks a bit actually, this wood. Just
Yeah. Well, it's thin at this edge.
yeah, then it goes thicker near the bottom.
Yeah. It's
So this-
sort of that inner bit, isn't it?
Yeah, that bottom radius.
Yeah. You kind of want it to be consistent.
Yeah. Which one? Not that one. This one.
Whoa!
What?
Steve's giving you €10.
Stephen?
Twidell.
Oh,
thank
thanks,
you,
Steve.
Steve. He said for having bigger balls than most sighted turners. Hashtag inspirational. When the wood turner said, just remember the inside diameter should be smaller than the outside. Paul's blind suit for the soul. Have you ever had a project while turning shatter on you?
Not shatter. I've had in the early days, you know, projects come apart. Not shatter per se, but I've had lumps and chunks come off. But if it's you know, it's not like exploded and shattered. I've had pieces come off.
Larry says, how long does it take you to make a bowl?
How long does it take me to do a bowl?
Yeah.
Well, you've just watched me, Larry. So there's your answer. But yeah, if this was, you know, to be sold, you know, obviously I'd have taken the time, and you do, you know, really good finishing, and you do all your sanding and polishing and everything. So, you know, even a small bowl like this, I'd take a couple of hours on.
Mike Atkinson's also sent you $10.
Oh, cheers, bro. So yeah, I'm still trying to lose just a bit of material as it transitions from what would be the side of the bowl round to the base. Sounds like a coconut also.
Mhm.
So I'm just continually just feeling with my hands just to
Steve would like to know, have you done much wet turning?
I've done a bit lately, haven't I?
Yeah, you've had a few pieces of wood that have been green.
Yeah, I've done a bit lately.
Well, you did that that palette paint thing, didn't you? That vase.
Oh yeah, with sharp paint.
Yeah. But that's got quite a few cracks in the bottom.
Yeah.
Now.
Well, it is. You know, again, green turning. I've been turning some green wood just to practice on things. Which is always fun.
Armas Latarja.
Cool name.
Yeah. Has asked what's the wood?
Acacia. So
Leona says looking good, Chris. Steve says turning wet bowls thin and leaving them to warp can give great results.
Yeah, and there's a load of turners that like doing that and just letting nature do what it's going to do, and as it dries, it gives it all this woo bendy wendy wobbly. So I'm not going to finish it per se, but I'll get a bit of finishing wax on it and just give it a bit of a better sanding. So not tomorrow, but Thursday, I'll be starting the big pack up, ready for going to Basingstoke.
Oh, Steve says, can you turn a captive ring in the side of it, please, Chris?
Yeah, anything for you.
I think you should do a captive ring. It's a while since you did one.
Yeah. Well, let's wait till Matthew starts, and then obviously all this sort of stuff we can
do different things.
Yeah. What are you giggling at?
Wayne Bigfoot Woodcraft Book PMSL Steve.
Yeah, trust Steve. Definitely trust Steve. Yeah, come out with a genius idea like that. So I'm just sanding it a bit better than it was. Outside, give this a bit of a so obviously if this was a bowl what's it? What?
You're chucking your brush about.
Had a blind moment then.
I'm just going to watch this. Whoa! I think some deep burn lines as accents would be cool too. Get your skew and wire on it, Chris.
Who's that?
Have a guess.
Steve?
Yeah.
Well, in for a penny, in for a pound.
Steve said use your texturing tool on the outside.
Oh, I'm gonna burn it. That's what you said. Just try to line up my wire, man.
This'll be half a bowl.
I could smell it now.
Steve said in capital letters, did I mention how much I love Chris?
Done one.
I mean, I can smell it.
Can't smell anything yet.
There's a groove there. Yeah, it's coming now. Steve said, right folks, send super chats right now, this man is a legend. Leona says, I agree, unbelievable. Armas said, ever tried turning curly birch?
No. Yeah.
So, Let me just tell
It
you.
keeps skipping off because I'd waxed it beforehand, but
Right.
and also there's a knot there that's really hard to burn through.
So have you ever tried turning curly birch?
No.
Wayne the woodturner sent you £10.
Oh, thank you so very much.
Then Steve said, now turn it thin. Leona sent you €10.99. Heribirth Fever 54.
Yeah, I'm just trying to make that groove a bit better because there's a knot. That's what's stopping the groove going down. It's a really tough knot.
Steve said excuses, excuses.
He would.
I said I know, that's what I thought. And then, I'm not sure how you say this, but Heribert Huber 54 said I can smell that all the way over here.
Good.
And you can smell it, it's burning. Steve said, I suppose he's going to try telling us he's bloody blind next.
Shut up, Twidell. Stop complaining and put the kettle on. So,
He says, happy birthday, Chris.
happy birthday, Steve.
Every day is the birthday.
That's right.
Wayne the woodturner says he can see a burn line on the inside of the bowl.
Yeah.
Steve says that's not a burn line, that's the thinness checkering.
So, yeah, you can.
That sounds very thin.
It is super thin. It's super thin. And
Dave the wood barber says that could be on your screen, Wayne, like the mark on my kitchen wall. Wayne the woodturner says shine a light on the side of the bowl so sighted turners can see how thin you went.
I don't think we'd have a light good enough for that, would we?
What about this spotlight on my workbench?
We could try it. I don't think it'll have the intensity, but
definitely smell it.
Smell it.
Right.
It's probably not bright enough, the bulb. It's only a very low energy. But, I mean, you're going to feel how...
Yeah. It feels very nice. I like the burn marks. That was a really good idea.
It's very thin. Yeah, if I pushed hard at the bottom, I could push that through.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah. Smells awesome as well with that lemon oil. So anyway,
Let me see what anybody's saying. Turn the lights off so it looks as good as it does for Chris.
who said that?
Steve. Wayne the Woodturn, that is amazing. Steve says amazing. I can hear how thin it is, says Wayne. Awesome job, Chris. Murder Fang says good evening. Leona
Evening.
says you're going to bloody break it. Stop.
Well, I like the sound of it now. Yeah, because I can't see it, I'll settle for the sound. Yeah, it's just probably... It's as thin as a coconut. You know, the shell of a coconut.
Yeah.
And that's, that's pretty good for no vision.
Christine says definitely awesome, looks great. Arma says looks great, nice talent there. Wayne Bigfoot Woodcraft says Valerie says it's stunning, absolutely brilliant.
Well, yeah, thank you very much. Obviously, I mean, the finishing on it is pretty crap. It's not had much sanding, and it's just had a coat of wax just to really bring out a bit of a lustre for you guys. But really, the exercise was in the base is literally, I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's the base. It's down to nothing.
Don't break it, because I want that.
No, I could probably flick that hard and go through the base there. Yeah. So yeah, it was an experiment, and it was another opportunity for us all to hang out and have a mess in the workshop. But yeah, just to see how thin I could turn something without being able to see how thin I'm turning it.
Sai says, as you've used lime oil, is that ready for breakfast tomorrow?
Yeah, you could eat out of that.
Dave the Wood Barber says, yeah, it's not bad, Chris. Wink, wink.
Cheers, Dave.
Dave, understated as always, says Wayne the Woodturner.
Yeah.
All joking aside, you've shown folk just how amazing, talented and focused you are yet again, Chris. You never stop inspiring me. You don't know how much I needed this interaction tonight. Thank you.
Is that Dave?
Steve.
Oh, Steve.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, thank you all very much. Like I say, it's not a perfect piece. It was an experiment in how much I could trust my instincts with not being able to see. And like I say, it's really hard for you guys to comprehend and understand what it's like to be a turner with no vision. But yeah, it was an experiment. It wasn't meant to be a perfect piece that was going to go for sale. It was just me pushing my luck, and it is literally down to 1 millimetre on the wall there and on the base. So
Paul's blind suit for the soul says if turning a bowl thin was an Olympic event, Britain would get the gold. Bravo. Dave the wood barber, I wouldn't want Chris to think he's better than me.
Who's that?
Dave the wood barber.
Oh, I wouldn't dream of it.
Steve said auction. He's bid a tenner.
So, well, Nicola's
Well, it's not your best bowl, is it? It's
no, it's not.
It's an experimental one.
Yeah, it's an experimental bowl.
Plus shipping.
What?
He says he bids a tenner plus shipping.
So
we should do something like that though, an auction or something. You know, we could do.
Yeah.
We need to think. Steve, we need your help. Dave the wood barber says £10 beats Steve's Euro crap.
Yeah. Well, it's something to think of. And what I'll do is I'll make a piece in the future. Is this an auction for charity or an auction for the blind wood turner?
No, it's for charity. We'll do it for charity.
Well, I'll tell you what. We will do it in a bit. That's pretty cool though that they said you could see the burn line coming through the inside.
Yeah.
Can you?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So
that top one.
Well, that's where the knot was, and it was really hard, so I had to go in a bit more and scar it a bit deeper. So Nicola can have this in a study for paper clips or whatever.
Yeah, I was thinking.
But yeah, just an experiment, but lots of fun. We've had a good giggle tonight.
They're going on about euros and pounds and
No, are they?
yeah.
Brexit.
Oh, let's not go there.
No. Brexit.
So, anybody got anything else they'd like to add? Oh, Steve's up to £15.
Save your money, Steve. You keep saying you're short of cash at the minute.
Well, we could do a speeder site auction. Maybe.
Well, why don't I?
Dave the wood barber's put 1501. Now they're on 1502.
Oh, bloody hell.
It's like eBay.
Yeah. Yeah. Who wants to spend the most on the world's crappiest bowl? So.
Valerie loves the sunflower bowl that you gifted her at Maker Central, Chris.
All right.
I have to build a sideboard for it now.
Oh yeah, well get going then. Get your tools out. So, yeah, there you go. It's had 2 coats of wax now.
Well, that's us sorted for the rest of the night, isn't it?
Tell you. Screw the what they call fidget spinners, them things where they spin them. Just turn a thin bowl. Small things. No, so anyway, there you go. It is. I was.
Steve says, "Don't break my bowl."
Yeah, don't break my heart. It's something that has never appealed to me. You know how a lot of people go, turn the thinnest thing they can. We were having this discussion, and yeah, all right, it shows, a high level of skill. That's why I've done that, to prove that I can turn thin if I really wanted to. But I like again, it's that being blind and that textural and tactile and mind you, that does sound pretty cool. Might start just doing loads of thin bowls now.
Si says it's good to see you this pleased with it.
Well, that's a big deal. Yeah, well, that's a big deal for someone that can't see. So, yeah, just 2 simple little burn lines.
Yeah, great idea, Steve.
Yeah, well done, Steve. You just wanted me to burn all the way through, didn't you? You'd have got your bloody captive ring then. Although it wouldn't have been captive, it had just been a ring. It would have just parted the top edge of the bowl.
He says put some elastic bands over it and play us a tune. Oh, here we go.
Well, maybe not an elastic band, but...
Si says he's really happy for you. Don't break my bowl.
Any requests? Got a bass guitar, double bass.
Any guesses on the weight of the bowl?
That lot of short something to do, haven't they? Turn it into an instrument, weigh it. It's a hat. What's that joke? I don't know your name, but your fez is familiar. So, yeah, very good. Well, we've cheered everybody up and everybody's cheered me up. That's what it's all about. Oh, that was epic, wasn't it?
Yeah. Makes for a nice kipper.
Yeah.
You know, that's the Jewish hat, isn't
Yeah,
it?
like a yarmulke.
Yeah.
Yeah, could start selling them. Yarmulkes out of hardwood.
I said, Steve said, "Oi Nicola, it's my bowl," so I said, "Fight you for it, Steve."
Yeah.
And Dave the wood barber said, "Glad I'm out of the auction because I wouldn't like to fight Nicola."
Yeah. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
very good.
That's what that guy said in the kickboxing ring that time.
Yeah, you give him a good pasting.
Yeah. It was more good luck than good management.
Yeah. What do you like saying? Mend it or end it.
Yeah. Right then.
Right then, I think we're done, folks. So that was a lot of fun. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed our little experiment in turning thin.
And thank you for all the super chats.
Yeah, thank you so very much for all the money. Yeah, that's so. I mean, where does that money go?
It goes on your YouTube account.
All right.
I think it goes in your AdSense.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. It's so much very appreciated, and I'm glad that you've all enjoyed tonight. And yeah, seeing us mess around again in the workshop. No, it was good fun that, and yeah. It was Nicola that gave me the idea. She said, "Oh, you don't turn much thin stuff," and I said, "It never appealed to me." So I thought, well, let's turn a thin bowl and make a video out of it.
Dave the wood barber says, "Fantastic, Chris and Nicola." Steve says, "Great job, well done, you two." Wayne Bigfoot Woodcraft says, "Great night in."
Yeah, great night in. But if you haven't turned Acacia before and you can get hold of some, yeah, it's really soft.
The owner says 12 grams. I'll weigh it.
And post it.
Yeah. Will you turn more thin items now then, Chris?
Maybe, maybe not.
I think goblets thin would be
well,
nice.
My Devon demonstration a few weeks ago, in the morning I did a power carved and textured and coloured bowl, and in the afternoon I turned a goblet, and it was I got that very thin because Rob Prickly Sauce, he was there.
Yeah.
I ended up giving it to a guy who's not been turning long, and he's had a go at a goblet, and he was struggling with it and having loads of catches and couldn't get the shape. So I did a goblet, and I got that really thin because Rob said, "Flipping heck," he said, "the walls on that are thin." I got that thin. I can do it if when I'm in the mood, which I've sort of like proved to myself again tonight. But again, I like the power carving and things like that. And you couldn't really power carve. Well, you could. You could. or you know, you could do
MP Sniper says, "Hi, did I come late?"
just a bit.
We're just about to finish.
Yeah, but yeah, what we what's that?
Oh, Steve says, "Oh, it's light, cheaper to ship to Ireland. Don't tell Nicola when you see this, Chris." Oh no, wait, yeah. Dave the Wood Barber says, "Goblets are hard for me at the moment, but I will get there." Leona says, "I prefer chunky stuff myself. Only like thin stuff if it's pierced and arty."
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, there's lots of people out there that do lots of thin stuff, and that's their bag. You know, I'm obviously love sort of like medium stuff. It's like I've done lots and lots of bowls that have been, you know, lovely shape and, you know, a few mil thick, but, you know, going down to a mil, you know, as thin as you can all over. Yeah, if somebody wanted one and they ordered one, yeah, I'd do it, of course, because you don't want to turn down a job, but...
Our master said, "Next live turning, a snooker cue, right?"
Yeah, I'd have to get a bed extension for the lathe, or turn it in 3 pieces.
Yeah, I'll do a small one.
Yeah, do a small one.
Be like a magic wand then.
Yeah. So, no, that was cool.
Yeah.
Another video, another project done.
Yeah.
That was a bit of learning.
Yeah.
Yeah, a bit more education, a bit more knowledge.
Oh no, they're doing the one closest to guessing the weight wins the bowl. I guess 14 grams.
14 grams.
Steve says, "Good job." Right then.
Right then. So yes, to those of you that have just joined us tonight. No, sorry. Yeah, no, we've had a great evening. We've turned a bowl with, you know, thin walls and thin base and everything. So that's been lots of fun, and we've had a right giggle. Obviously, the video is going to be up on the channel. Nicola's just there laughing to herself.
Hey Steve, he said, "Oh, I guessed 15 pounds and 2 pence." I think we need to go now. I need a drink.
Nicola
Not
needs a bit,
an
not an
alcoholic
alcoholic
drink.
one.
I don't do alcohol. Just a cup of tea or something.
Yeah, just a little do alcohol. Well, but I do. So I'll be having a G&T. So yeah, that was a giggle. I enjoyed that, and it didn't explode on the lathe. I nearly burnt my way through it, let alone turn through it. So tomorrow I will be tidying the workshop up, and then Thursday we'll be packing up, ready for Basingstoke. And I'm just brushing my pants off before I go in the house. How's the lathe, Leona? She's still there?
I think she is.
Whew.
Right, it's brilliant, love it, she says.
Cool. Very good.
So we'll say...
We shall say good night, folks.
Now.
Thank you so very much for joining in this evening. We've had a big laugh there. That's good. And we all need a good laugh. So remember, I said find time to act silly every day, and I think they're all subscribed to that theory.
Yeah. My phone's really dusty now.
I'll get the airline on it in a minute. So thank you so very much. Thank you for all your wonderful super chat donations. Can't thank you enough. And yeah, we've had I hope yeah, for those of you that are new to the channel or considering wood turning, whether or not you've got sight, or you're visually impaired, or you're totally blind. If you want to learn something new, try something new. Don't let anybody tell you no, you can't. Have lots of fun. Well, whatever it might be. If you want to take up pottery, do it. If you want to have a go at wood turning, do it. You know, underwater hang gliding, whatever you want to do. Don't let anybody say no, you can't do that. Time to get stuffed. So, with that said, don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. And I'm sure we'll catch you
very soon.
Next Tuesday, live in the workshop.
Yeah.
Yeah, so bye. Thank you, Silver.